Fonzie sent me this video on social media yesterday, and rage came upon me in a sense, right?
Yeah, I feel like we should pick a fight with the guy that made this video. Like, we should literally...
Are you actually saying something that you know, that you've learned, that you've tested?
Don't just go paste it on AI and tell them, write the same thing in a different way. Like, dude, that is so freaking unethical.
Yeah, it's almost like lying, right? Leveraging this. And what sucks is that
that's
not right.
That's not what I personally want to be sharing with our clients.
If you are authentic, right? And not everything is perfect, that's when people are gonna start seeing that as more valuable.
Bring out the boxing gloves.
We've got some
Hey,
fresh new
I'm
young
Luis.
talent
And
doing some
I'm
things that I
Luis.
know you haven't
And you're
heard
listening to the
before.
Content is Profit podcast. Welcome back to Content is Profit.
We just
Fonzie.
recorded like 5 minutes, and then went to
But anyways, today
to not say bad words. It just went bad. It just went south.
Went to hell. We have a special episode today. Fonzie sent me this video on social media yesterday, and rage came upon me in a sense, right?
Yeah, and so you have a sense of what we're talking about. We're talking about ethics in content creation.
That's right. And, Fonzie sends me a lot of videos, and usually my response to them is like, I'm going to ignore them because it might be some type of knowledge or thing, but knowledge. I'm over knowledge at the moment. I'm in execution
Cue in
mode.
Ty Lopez. Knowledge.
We've learned a ton. We have a lot of potential knowledge. We talked about this morning, and it's execution time, baby. But anyway, so this video, I just gave it a chance, and after seeing it, it tactically maybe a cool thing, but at the same time, the way that that people might take it, it will not be ethical to do it.
Yeah,
So,
I think it walks in a very thin line between, ethical content and unethical content.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to mention too that we kind of got our education in marketing in an industry that not necessarily talks about copying other people's work, but they do talk a lot about model what works, right?
Yeah.
But the guy, explicitly talks about do not steal from other people. Mainly he goes like, model what works, learn from what they're doing,
Model is the key word.
Yeah, you can learn from the structure, you can learn from the words that they use, but like when you put out work, like it has to be your own.
Yeah, keep in mind too, like this is with context of the video. It's like, hey, if you want more views and you want to be famous AF, at the end, I think that's what it is. So I don't think on our side we agree with that, right? Like if you want to put content out there, it's for value for people to learn. And yes, there are tactics that you can follow and levers that you can pull. But there, depends on what your goal is. So
yeah, I mean
there's 1,000 other things that you have to control or like be able to manage for your content to be successful in your eyes, right?
Yeah, I mean we're gonna play the video, right, so you can hear the audio of it. But the main thing is he's promising virality. It's like, hey, look, you can go viral every single time if you do this, and then as you will see in the video, goes ahead and proceed to pretty much steal other people's content, right? And if you are a coach, consultant, right, speaker, somebody that has IP, like this does not benefit you. Maybe grabbing ideas and modeling ideas from other accounts that have gone viral, and why would people want to go viral? People relate obviously virality with more traffic, therefore potentially more people converting to their offers, but we can attest that virality doesn't necessarily mean a successful business, right? You don't need to go viral to have a successful business.
Yeah.
That aside,
we recently actually have a story with somebody that we worked at. We looked at all the data for the past year. Everything increased 40%, 50%, 100+% on certain aspects with the framework that's working. And they're still looking to make changes because that did not translate into sales.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And social media growth doesn't mean that your business is going to thrive. So
yeah, exactly. So that being said, we're going to play you the video right now and look at it through the eyes, again, of modeling. They use a lot the word steal, which I don't know if they did it on purpose to trigger people, and then people, I know a lot of people that use this type of techniques to get people to engage in the comments.
Yeah.
But I don't see this one as a very good one because it's going to engage people in a very negative way. So let's dive into the video.
Yeah.
Let's play it right here, and then we'll do some of the commenting.
You can go viral on Instagram every single time. It's not luck, it's calculated. I've used this 3-step process many times to create viral videos like this, and this. Step 1, head over to the site called Viral Finder and input the username of someone who's absolutely crushing it in your niche. Once you do so, you get a list of their most popular videos. Step 2, download their video using Snap Insta and throw it into Descript, then wait for it to transcribe the entire video script. Step 3, copy and paste the fully transcribed script, then open up ChatGPT and put down this exact prompt you see on the screen right now. In a few seconds, you'll have a much more engaging version of the script that you stole. Record it, post it, and get ready to become fucking famous.
All right. Quick little video in there. I mean, I will add, I do love the energy, what he shares with stuff. I do like the edits. I think the edits are pretty good. But pretty much he is talking about stealing other people's work. And let's work part by part the process. Number 1, find an account that has good viral videos and inputted into the website that he shared. I think it was like Viral Finders, right? And then it will give you their best content. I think that is a great tool, honestly. Yeah. That tool, I haven't heard of it, but I think it's a great tool.
We've heard of similar ones.
Yeah, we heard of similar ones, but it helps you sort through the non-performing content. So then, again, if you want to model, not steal, those good performing contents can be some sort of reference for you to move on to.
Yeah, so I mean, we talk about that often in like the first pillar, right, of the 6 elements that we say. It's like, what do we say, right? Unless you're doing an interview, something different. Definitely a good tool to have in your belt or your team to use as well.
Yeah. Step 2, he goes on now and downloads the video. Again, I don't think there's nothing bad in downloading the video as long as you're not planning to use the same video, and claiming, obviously, credits for yourself. If you plan on using it somewhere, I think you should text maybe the owner and tell them, hey, we're going to use your video for X, Y, and Z. But whatever. They're just using it for internal purposes, which is uploading it into Descript and transcribing it, which, again, at that point, I don't see anything wrong with that because it's all for internal purposes. They could use that transcript to now, learn. Let's break it down. Why is this thing working here and there? And again, use it to model. But I think this next step is the one that is a very fine line between, the borderline between ethical and unethical content. Yeah. And the next that it takes. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying everybody is free to do whatever they want, but at the end of the day, if you really want to build a personality, a brand, if you want to be known as a thought leader, right? I don't think this reflects that, because the next part, which is the prompt, right, that he does with ChatGPT, is almost, I don't know, are you going to read it?
Yeah. Actually, there's a comment here that wrote down the prompt.
Okay.
So I'm going to read the prompt, right? Mm-hmm. And nowadays, people are using AI a lot for their content.
Which is fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think there's proper ways to use it. I am not the believer on AI creating all the content for you and doing it all for you. Like, sure, it can help you kickstart, fill a little bit of the blank page, and then you put your IP, you put your stories, infuse it with your energy. Like, you become the creator, and AI is sort of a helper along the journey. But this is the prompt that was shared on that video. Rewrite the script at the end of this prompt to create an educational and informative 1-minute video. Keep in mind that the video script will be read out loud and not shown on the screen. The script should follow the following format. Hook, describe the problem in more detail, discuss the solution, give more detail of examples of the solution, call to action. The hook should start with one of the following lines adapted to the topic. The easiest way for you to give me 30 seconds and I'll show you two. And he goes ahead and puts like 2 more. And then he goes, total script should be a maximum of 120 words with extremely conversational tone and casual word choice. Here's the script to rewrite. And then paste the script that you transcribe in this script.
Yeah.
He's literally not adding anything of his own to this. He is, in a sense, plagiarizing somebody's content to just put it out there. Personally, I believe this is unethical. Now, the workflow, I think, is great. Sure, go and sort out good performing content, transcribe the content, but rather than plagiarizing it, learn the structure of that content, add your own information, add your own stories, like use that as a base for your own good performing content. Don't just go paste it on AI and tell them, write the same thing in a different way. Like, dude, that is so freaking unethical.
I just see like best case scenario for this type of stuff, right? Content works. Let's say you get a ton of content, ton of engagement, people commenting, be like, wow, this is so smart, so awesome. How do I work with you? Perfect. You close that sale, and then they really want to learn that thing, right? Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to go ahead and learn it? Like, are you actually saying some things that you know, that you've learned, that you've tested? That's where my conflict comes, right? At the end of the day, it's almost like lying, right? Leveraging this. And what sucks is that a lot of people are doing it, and they're what's the word? Regurgitating other content that has been out there. So the same content is being recycled 1,000 times, right?
Literally. It's an unending cycle of recycledness.
This recycle between the AI and people copying the stuff. So again, that's why, again, we're going to plug obviously the podcast because it's long form. There's no way of lying this. Like, clearly we do not ask ChatGPT to tell us what the script for this video would
Plot
be.
twist, actually.
But at the end of the day, also you can use that long form to then be like, then you can leverage and use these steps to then leverage what you already created from your mind, from your frameworks, from your experiences, right? To then maybe create the bullet points of the script that you want to do. At the end of the day, you also know, people know if you're reading from a script or you're actually delivering the content. And believe me, in 2024 forward, like we said in our predictions episodes, right? People are going to lean more into trust with the people that are teaching them online or engaging with them online. So if you are authentic, right? And not everything is perfect, right? That's when people are going to start seeing that as more valuable. It is today, right? So I am sure 100% that if you see that video, there was a negative reaction in most of you watching this content right now with like, oh, is another of these marketing bros doing their thing.
This is the meta creators, right? Or the creators that are talking about creation. And oh my gosh, there's a lot of them. I will say there's a lot of them that are absolutely amazing. We've had some of those here on the podcast. We've had some of them on the HubSpot Podcast Network that are absolutely amazing, right? They do the work. They get in the trenches. They have small communities where they're consistently discussing, how to become a better creator with their teams, with their community. But these meta creators that are just copying and pasting literally and transcribing is embarrassing. And there's literally a comment here that says, creators, in quotes, creators these days. Embarrassing. It is embarrassing. The fact that you're like, this is how you go viral. You're trying to teach people how to do unethical things. No, like, why don't you teach them to, think for themselves? Sure, maybe you can teach them frameworks and structures on how to create engaging videos, but let them do the creating aspect of it, right? Put your own IP, share your own stories, like develop your own personality and put it into the video or whatever it is, the vehicle that you create on.
That's why we know, because we've had those conversations, right? We're part of that, flow of things because we're very proud of what we created. And then to somebody come in and steal that freely, right? And then maybe have more success because of like the top of funnel, whatever strategy that it is. At the end of the day, right? Your content is going to attract the people that you really want in your life. And you're going to find out like that might not be the right person that you might be attracting, right? And then you will change and then you will go back to being yourself if you want to really make a mark or a positive impact with the people that you're sharing your content with. So
I feel like we should pick a fight with the guy that made this video. Like we should literally do a remix of his video roasting it.
Sounds perfect.
I mean, it has a lot of views, it has a lot of followers, but at the end of the day, like it is unethical, right? Like that's not
right.
That's not what I personally want to be sharing with our clients, right? That's what I don't want to be sharing that with our community. I want people to be inspired to create with their own IP and their own stories, maybe wake up and, they're having a hard day. They're like, oh, I know I need to create something. But, once they create it, they feel good with themselves because they actually created this thing. They just didn't copy and paste it from somebody else.
That's right. I mean, how sustainable is that? You're going to get bored real fast. Anyways, Rant over.
Yo, let me bring out the boxing gloves.
That's right. Ding, 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 ding. I know, that's fancy on it. But guys, with that said, thank you so much for tuning to the Content is Profit podcast. Go ahead and follow the show in your favorite podcasting platform and on social media at Biz Bros Co.
That is right. If today's episode fire you up and you're ready to get in a fight, please don't forget to share this episode and leave a 5-star review. See ya.
Bye, guys.